up, familia? I'm Jay,
I'm Mela.
and we have been gone for a long time, but we are back with some fresh content for y'all. And be sure to check us out because we're going to be posting on Mondays and Fridays. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because you're going to want to see more of our faces. Because aren't we cute? Look at this. Come on, come on. Anyway, listen. Okay, so for our first video back, we want to talk about what it's been like to close the distance. If y'all didn't know, if you're new to this channel, we were a long distance couple for what? How long?
For a year.
For a whole year, and we made
Well,
it
a little
through.
over a year.
A little over a year, yeah, and we closed the distance.
In the
So
middle of a pandemic.
in the middle of a panoramic, okay? No, yeah. So we closed it in the pandemic, and we want to talk about that because guess what, y'all? It can get tough to live with someone if you've never lived with them before. So we wanna go into that, but I'm gonna let her talk first, okay? I'm not trying to take over the conversation. So talk about what has it been like since we started living together? What was something that you were like, dang, I didn't realize this was gonna be like this.
I would say how different we are in terms of like space and
Mm-hmm.
sharing space. Um, I was living on my own for like 7+ years,
Right.
but at the same time, I also grew up with siblings and never had my own bedroom until I was an adult. And so I'm not too unfamiliar of sharing space,
Yeah.
but when it comes to someone who grew up with siblings and someone who didn't grow up with siblings, it's different for sure. But at the same time, it has made us a lot closer.
Yeah.
Um, and at the same time, you do know someone when you are long distance,
Right.
but once you're together, especially in a pandemic, where
Yeah.
you have to be together a lot more than an average couple,
Yeah.
you definitely going to have butt-headed moments and definitely going to have to understand each other's personality
Right.
in regards to space, food. um, I'm not picky with food, he's picky with food.
Yo.
um, I love quality time. He does, but he has his limits, which is fine.
Yes.
Um, Also, just knowing who's responsible for what. Do we want to do the whole 50-50 couple thing? Who's better at doing what?
Right.
And balance each other out of if someone is lacking, not in a negative way, but lacking if like one person is better at doing something else, then that's okay and they can take over that.
Yo. No, I mean, I definitely agree. There's a lot of things that like I didn't realize about living with someone because I'm an only child, so I've really only been around my parents, obviously. And for me, I've had to get used to sharing space with somebody else and getting used to someone else's quirks. But like, it definitely has made us better. We've had to get through a lot of stuff, though. I mean, we've had some tough moments, for sure. But I would say it's definitely actually been beneficial to have to go through it with someone because it's honestly a test. It's a test. Like it really shows you if you're like meant to be with someone. And I definitely believe like in the height of the pandemic, it was just really like, okay, are we gonna get through this or are we not? And thankfully, we have gotten through it because we've been together for 2 years now. So we've been living together for officially a little over a year now, which is so wild to say. But I'm definitely grateful that we live together because being long distance is tough, and it was definitely a lot tougher when it came to being in the pandemic for sure because stuff started shutting down because of COVID, and
Yeah.
I was flying out there, so it was hard to travel because they were starting to get more strict. So I'm really glad that she moved down here. And my last question for you, because we don't want to make this video back too long, my last question is, what is it like moving from one state to another? Do you feel like you're still adapting? How has that been?
I'm still definitely adapting, but I am a lot more comfortable for sure. It's just still very awkward in regards to I still don't know a lot of the areas. So when people say, "Oh, this is at this place," I don't know what you're talking about. Like those directions mean nothing to me. I have to literally look it up and figure out what it's like. Um, but also that has to do again with the pandemic. Because when we moved here, it's not like we could tour around everything and see everything. Because yeah, you can drive around, but like getting out of the car and the environment, it's different. Um, Also, getting used to living in air close the hood to the suburbs, that was a huge change in a good way, but
Right.
also it definitely like a culture shock. Um, Also, the weather's different here. I'm used to like hardcore winters. Here in Georgia, it's kind of laid back. There's a lot of changes for sure, but all in all, I love it here. The people are really nice, and I also like how green it is over here, because I love nature. So hearing a lot of birds and all kinds of trees and plants and stuff more than I'm used to is actually really nice. And the people here, like the whole southern uh, hospitality
Oh, yeah.
and stuff, it's really nice. Like that stuff is true. Um, and the food here has been nice too.
Nice, nice. Well, listen, y'all. We don't want to keep y'all here forever, but we do want to keep you on this channel. So make sure you go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said at the beginning of this video, because we're gonna be back with another video on Friday. So make sure you tune in. But until next time, we'll see y'all
See you later.
later.